So your future didn't turn out the way you wanted.
Dear God, that was your life.
But don't worry. Bro, you always land on your feet.
That's wonderful.
They'll probably explain what really happened to him in some post-credit scene where he actually shows up really alive, like he's still alive out there somewhere and will show up in future DC movies and TV shows. That's kind of the way things happen in the comics. I'll explain his backstory in a second, because the transition between the characters is meant to be similar to the way they transition to different versions of the Blue Beetle in this movie. The other change that they made is that I think that Victoria Cord in the movie is actually supposed to be Ted Kord's mother, so it'd be Jenny's grandmother. In the comics, Victoria Cord is evil, but she's Ted Kord's sister. But burgers that are themed after the Blue Beetle, like they look like blue burgers like this, like scarabs. The idea, though, she's become a scientist at Cord Industries. She's a chip off the old block, but she's fundamentally trying to carry on the legacy of her father as the Blue Beetle with all of his tech. Like he has his own version of the Batcave, basically, which she takes them to. That's where we get all the Batman references and the Batman jokes. This is Brewer. Later, Blue Beetle went on to work with the other Justice League heroes, including Guy Gardner's Green Lantern, who was just cast. Nathan Fillion is now Guy Gardner Green Lantern in the new Justice League movies. He's going to appear in Superman Legacy first. That's why they announced his character, because they were announcing a bunch of big Justice League characters appearing in Superman Legacy. They worked together to take down the Brother Eye satellite, who had become sentient and created the OMAC cyborgs, and were using them to take over the world. Supposedly, they're going to introduce Brother Eye during this movie, so I think that's what this array is here in this scene. And what they might have done is they might have just turned the Carpax villain here into a version of his comic book character, and also one of the OMACs from the comics created by Brother Eye. Like, he'll be the stand-in for the comic book OMACs once his armor evolves later in the movie. Like, you see it in the movie, it sort of evolves the same way the Blue Beetle's armor evolves. And what they might do is they might just say that in the DCU, Victoria Cord is the one who creates the Brother Eye satellite.